Let me guess, you've been harassing every job posting site known to job posting site kind. But no matter how many times you hit that apply button, no matter how many times you've given these companies your resume, which has experience that you've never experienced, no matter how many times you beg that one relative who works at a company to put in a referral for you, even though you just discovered that they were your relative and you guys don't even share blood, you just had the same pet squirrel at some point in your lifespans. But the result is always the same. Your employment life resembles your love life. There's just nothing happening in both of them. But not to worry there, little one or big one, depending on your resolution, because putting integers in your bank account has never been easier. Introducing hating on specific group of people for absolutely no reason. All you have to do is drop a diss track on a Muslim today on any of your social media platforms and we will reimburse you immediately. So if your Cocomelons are questioning if you're truly their guardian of the galaxy, not to worry, because they're definitely gonna despise you after this, but not to worry. At Islamophobes United, we will make sure your family is disunited, but your bank account will definitely be united. So sign up today. Welcome back, you armadilliest armadillos, to another MP4 file installment that I'm actually happy you installed yourself on. Now, believe it or not, today's MP4 file is not a very jolly topic, and I don't feel like I cover many serotonin-induced topics on this channel, but through my valiant and noble character, I somehow make those topics bearable.
Right, guys?
Now, obviously, this wouldn't be a video on the ahmadelyo channel. I just called an MP4 file a video. Why did I call an MP4 file by its government name? My fault. But obviously, this wouldn't be an MP4 file on the ahmadelyo channel if we weren't remaking a video that we've made before. And I'm sure if you consistently pupil your pupils on this channel, you would know that I'm an Islamified individual. But even if you are new to the channel, I don't think it's that hard to tell that I'm Fox News's prime prospect. Now, the topic of today's video is pretty simple. We are going to be reacting to a lot of hate that has been circulating online against Muslims. Because this is a topic that we've topicked on this channel before, I don't like to make videos if I don't have good reason to make them. But every time I remake this video, it's because I feel like the hate towards Muslims is definitely inflating. But I'm not going to lie, I was on the fence about making this video until I saw this specific video. This video alone gave me the Fabrizio Romano moment. It was a here we go.
Racism isn't cute. Grow up, pattern up, pattern up, pattern up. You are racist. Look, I can hear everything you guys have been saying since the moment you got here.
So that's just a portion of that devastating video, but I'm going to read the text because I know you want me to take care of you. It's okay. You're one of the good ones. I'll keep you. The reality of wearing niqab. And if you don't know what niqab is, it is a form of longer garment that covers basically the whole body of the woman except the eyes. So I'm sure some of you have seen that before. This woman who is in the video wearing that. We were sat eating and a group of boys started throwing food on us because I'm wearing niqab and screaming Allah and Allahu Akbar, whilst laughing thinking we won't say anything. But what is really embarrassing is the Muslim brothers that were just sat down watching and didn't think to intervene. Now obviously there are two issues here, but I'm going to address the internal one first. How dare you refer to yourself as a Muslim male Fibian if you see your Muslim sister being attacked and do nothing about it? You stay stationary. How can you even claim to have testosterone after that? How can you even claim to have an ounce of alpha maleness in you if you can't even do the bare minimum? And the disheartening thing about that is you'll see a lot of people saying, what if this was your sister or your mother? Why do we even need to do that for you to feel sympathy, for you to sympathize with somebody who's struggling in a certain situation? How about what if that was another human being? Oh, breaking news. That is another human being. And that's something that I just don't get. Why does someone have to have a relationship with you for you to stand up for them? Like, if you saw somebody getting harmed or you're witnessing somebody getting done dirty, why does that person need to be somewhere on your family tree in order for you to feel like you need to defend that tree? It makes no sense. Just say you don't have a great cardiovascular system. Just admit it. Now, aside from that, if you actually analyze the video, it is a group of boys. And when we say boys, we actually mean things that are under the integer limit. Like, if you actually look at that video, these are children who are doing very disgusting behavior. You can even see them mocking as the video goes on. And obviously they are kids, they can change, but it just kind of tells you the environment that they've been planted in. Like, they're planted in an environment where that's extremely normal, and their membranial regions have been accustomed to thinking that is normal. And it really just makes you think about the propaganda that they are pooping outside in the world. Like, maybe this is just a me thing, but I was under the impression that people were not just falling for the news anymore. I thought we agreed that majority of that comes from people that were in the Epstein files. I thought we were under that impression, but I guess not. And because apparently we have masses of unintellectual people, they're just taking their unintellectualism and transmitting it to their cocomelons. Every time a Muslim woman who wears the hijab or wears the niqab goes outside, they're taking a risk that either their privacy is going to be invaded, or they're going to get comments, or they're going to get hate for simply deciding to do what they want to do with their bodies. In order to receive respect from a bunch of creepy men that apparently pollute majority of society, you have to wear 50% or less clothing to be deemed acceptable. And if you decide to not wear Lulu Hates Lemons, how dare you? How dare you cover your body? How dare you not show us what you're hiding? What a creepy society we have constructed. Seriously. But these are just people on the ground, right? Like, these are just people who are just not that knowledgeable. I mean, surely people in politics or people running for certain positions are not going to have the same ideas.
If you're Muslim or Mongolian, you don't have the right to force your culture on our country. Conservative Rick Jackson.
If you're Muslim or Mongolian, honestly, I don't even know if I'm mad about the Muslim part. What did the Mongolians do? And what if you're a Muslim Mongolian? Ooh, double kill. Correct me if I'm wrong, but has anybody ever met a Mongolian? Are there any Mongolians that happen to watch my channel? Because please prove your existence. I feel like Mongolians have only been used for entertainment purposes. Like, we've only seen them in shows about war. And that's probably just the American in me, because I'm just resorting to the stereotype. But can you imagine some random Genghis Khan disciple just being like, Rick Johnson, what did I do? Also, we just have to admire, why is that the opener? You're supposed to intro with something that's more captivating. And who are you appealing to? Like, did you think that line was just gonna cover majority of the conservative audience? Like, did you think they were like, well, he's gonna take care of the Muslims, but
what about the Mongolians? You know what they have done. What if another Genghis Khan is brewing? What are we going to do then?
And that's what you just have to admire about politics in the US. They ignore everything that is actually happening and they say, wait a minute, let's focus on everything that is not happening. Muslims and Mongolians. I mean, what a niche reference.
With murder. So here's my guarantee to them. Do that when I'm governor, and you'll end up deported or departed.
Rick Jackson for Georgia.
Any questions?
Yeah, Rick. Question in the back, even though you're a TV ad, so I don't know how you're going to be able to answer this, but what did the Mongolians do? All they did was bring Mongolian beef. If you don't like it, just say that. But what did they do? You have single-handedly turned this YouTuber into a Mongolian human rights activist. Also, that last line was not tough because you are not doing anything to anybody. You'll either end up deported or departed. The only thing that's departing is your hairline. And the only place you need to depart to is Istanbul to take care of that hairline. Now, the next Islamophobic piece of content is actually a person who professionalizes in the Islamophobic dark arts. This individual is either getting paid by those who shall not be named, because I still want to make money from this YouTube channel, or she has some sort of humiliation ritual that she just has to complete. She just does this for straight passion. While the deactivation of thousands and thousands of Palestinians was taking place, this woman dedicated her TikTok page to just denying it day after day. That was the thing she looked forward to. But now things have changed. Well, not that much. She still does that content, but she's also doing a lot of content dedicated to just hating Muslims. For example, one of her great ideas is,
I'm just gonna come right out and say it. If you are a Christian who willingly dates an actual Muslim, you have lost all bounds of self-respect. There is a creator on here, if you could even call him that, called Holy Land. And one of his favorite things to do is post and talk about his Hamas family who died. Oh my gosh, Israel's so mean, they killed terrorists. And then his second favorite thing to do is talk about how he's dating a white Catholic woman, as though she's some sort of concubine, as though she's some sort of prize that he won as a Muslim man. It's very strange, the way that he talks about her, the way that he tokenizes her, the way that his friends comment on the situation, and that's because they don't respect you. They will always see you as something to conquer.
Halt.
I hate to stop you. Actually, that's perjury. I love to stop you because my earlobes were starting to unload. Now, this is the type of girl that just when you thought you were getting released from school for the day, she's like, teacher, with all of her fingerlings up in the air.
You forgot the homework. Yeah, remember that calculus trigonometry collab that you said you were going to assign us? I want to do 10 pages of it when I get back to my habitat. Primarily because both of my parents do not love me. I don't know what else I would want to spend my weekend doing. You know I hate touching grass. So please, assign us the homework.
But this is news to me as a Muslim man, but I guess this is one of the features I didn't know I had. Just conquer people!
Yes!
And now it all makes sense. This is why Rick Johnson also wants to get rid of the Mongolians, because they were also known for conquering. So I guess maybe he does have a point. That was a joke, by the way. I don't want any issues with any Mongolians. I love you guys. I love Mongolians. They're awesome. But just to clarify, Muslims do not date. That's not a Muslim thing. And if they do date, then they are doing something wrong. She doesn't even know that Muslims are not supposed to date. She just is making that video to send a message to the universe, because there are so many people that are thinking about being with Muslims. And she has just single-handedly stopped all of them. With this one video, they have just rethunk everything they were thinking. And honestly, she's right, because she's teaching me things about myself that I didn't know about myself. I didn't know I just had instinct to conquer. I didn't know that was just a thing that I love to do, which is why I want you to conquer the subscribe button, conquer the like button. Honestly, do it. You see how I'm using her hatred for my benefit? Benefit me. Now, I'm not going to do an analyzation on this girl's page because, quite frankly, I don't think she deserves that. Now, I know you guys can't actually see the video or see her, and you just kind of heard the audio, but the reason I'm doing that is because the last time I included a video that was in that realm, I got copyright striked, and I don't want to get copyright striked. So I just had to play it safe, and I know, I'm sorry, you had to look at me for a lot longer, but is that really a punishment? That seems like more of a blessing.
Islamophobia is a word that jihadis use to try to get people to be afraid so they won't say something. I mean, Islamophobia, do you have a skosh of Islamophobia because all the people the Muslims are killing lately? You seen it? Australia? A lot of stuff in Nigeria, Africa, the Middle East. England, Paris canceled their New Year's Eve party. I think they said something along the lines of, we'll just watch an old one. Yeah, that's cool. Just bow down to the invaders and you watch an old one, Frenchman. I heard a comedian on stage the other day.
I couldn't tell you who this guy is, but clearly he has the best Islamophobia podcast. So if you enjoy Islamophobia, this might be the place to be. But just before he tells us the kicker, which I'm sure is going to be absolutely fascinating, like I'm sure it's just gonna blow our mind to bits, no pun intended, with how funny this joke is about to be, you just have to admire the way that he captivates you strictly through hate. There's no positivity at all so far. Islamophobia is a word that jihadists use as a get out of jail word card. That's the way they get away with things. But anyways, I really want to hear this joke. I just can't wait any longer.
He got on stage and his line was so funny. He said, I was born in South London. Now I live in Pakistan. And he kind of nods for a while and the crowd started laughing. He goes, oh, I haven't moved.
Wow, that was really funny. No, I want to hear that again. That was really funny. Good boy. Thank you for telling us the joke. Good boy. You made daddy happy. Me enjoyed very much. Let's run it back because it was just too good.
And he got on stage and his line was so funny. He said, I was born in South London. Now I live in Pakistan. And he kind of nods for a while and the crowd started laughing. He goes, oh, I haven't moved.
Can someone tell me who this comedian is? I thought I was just on the Islamophobia podcast. Looks like there's an Islamophobic comedian as well. I'm super excited. No, please reference him for me. Somebody figure it out in the comment section down below. I'd love to listen to the guy. Now, to be completely honest with you guys, I don't want to be too harsh on him. Look at how happy that made him. Him hating us has made him so happy. And I don't know if I want to take that happiness away from him. And I also don't know if I want to be the one to break the news to him that the reason the gas prices look like the phone number of his wife that decided to divorce him, I don't know if she divorced him, but I would highly encourage her to, is actually not because of Muslims. It's actually not because of the fact that people in London, even though you don't live in London, so I don't know what you have to do with Hogwarts, but that's besides the point. But it actually has nothing to do with the fact that the Islamophobic comedian that lives in London realized that he's living in Pakistan even though he still lives in London. And that's just a geographical issue. I thought they were good with knowing where they're living, but I guess not. I guess they don't even know countries anymore. But I guess that's just more news to me. Maybe Americans aren't the only ones that struggle with geography. And that's a double kill because the British people also struggle with tea. So it's just it just keeps on going downhill. But you know what they say? Last is definitely least, because the person we are about to witness is absolutely shocking. Now, this thing goes by the name of Reed Choi. Now, I don't know much about him, but he is a popular content creator, if you can even call him that. But he does have a lot of integers next to his name. And quite frankly, I don't know why, but I did take a long scroll and realize that he blew up primarily when TikTok first arose and they were just letting anybody become popular. But apparently this guy has had a huge switch around, because not that long ago, allegedly, he had a very serious virus and he knew about that very serious virus and he was willingly giving it to other women. You can do the math, and if you can't do the math, that's probably because you don't know what I'm talking about, and let's keep it that way. So the question is, what do you do when you are facing extremely serious allegations? What do you do when you are eligible to be an Epstein contestant? What do? You just become religious out of nowhere. And I'm not saying that people cannot change. If they want to change, that's between them and God. But you just know that his transformation is not truthful because of the content that he's decided to make. Because this dude is a revolutionary. He has realized that he can make a lot of shillings off of hating others and loving the fact that he is Christian, which he could do without hating others. But here's just a funny skit that he decided to make about a very real scenario, a very real life situation that totally happened.
Hi, we're wondering if you had any halal options for your tonkatsu because we don't eat pork. Tonkatsu is literally breaded pork, so we only serve pork here. But there is gyukatsu restaurants that serve beef. You guys should go to those. That's racist. You should be more accommodating to different cultures. So you're saying if I went to your country and went to a restaurant that only serves halal and asked for pork, that you would accommodate us? No, that's against our culture. Well, this is our culture. How we eat our food has nothing to do with discriminating against you. It's just what we decided, what we liked. We're just very proud of our culture and want where we are to represent where we came from. So when you immigrate to a new country and try to make it exactly like where you came from, you're not assimilating. You're colonizing. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. When someone's graciously allowing you into their home, you should respect their customs and their culture. That's offensive, and you're just Islamophobic. We just want the freedom to tell women what to wear and where to go.
First of all, let's just address the elephant in the room. I thought we left the zooming in skits in 2020, but clearly you just haven't moved on from that era. And honestly, why would you? I was gonna say this is some Darman level acting, but that might be an injustice to Darman. And man, that's saying a lot. Now, this is based on a very true situation where Japan has been fighting against Sharia law for never. When was this ever a situation? When were Muslims coming to Japan and saying, where is the Sharia law? Where is the not pork? I'm sure there's a lot of not pork options in Japan, and I'm sure Muslims who go to Japan are not infuriated that people are eating pork. What are we talking about here? But it's actually comical that you have the audacity to bring up women when you were willingly giving women, allegedly, diseases. Yeah, it's absolutely fascinating that you have the audacity to do so. But you know what? All is forgiven because you make skits about Jesus now. Have you committed heinous activity and were trying to figure out how you can make up for that? Well, just put in your bio that you love God and you're good to go. Don't worry, just everyone will forgive you. My Muslim reaction when I enter a pork place establishment and see that they are serving pork.
Nani?
And that's my cue to go harm myself. If you did enjoy this video, you must be a Mongolian. And if you didn't enjoy this video, then conquer your heart and see if you can enjoy it. But if you didn't enjoy or you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like or subscribe. And subscribe, not or. You don't have a choice here. You must do both. Make sure to conquer the follow button on Instagram and TikTok as well to keep up with this lovely amalgamation of genetic pools. And I'll see you guys and unguys in the next one. Sorry, I have to go because I hear people outside and I'm going to go conquer their habitats.